Hey, okay, I'm back, guys. Yeah. That was crazy. Oh man, listen. If you guys are looking for me, I am back where I never left. Sorry for that confusion. Doing something a little different. I gave D the power to do certain things behind the scenes, and because of that, he was so used to being the orchestrator of the show himself. So he hit the leave button. He closed the show out. So it is what it is, guys. Let me see if I can get you guys back in here. Hopefully, you see that we are rocking. Sorry for the little confusion there. We good though. We good. Um, Let me see here. As things start to trickle in Academy over here. Um, that's right, and there, uh, here, and spit my fire right there, right? Hit that. Yep. That's good. And then, all right, that's done. All right, cool. So okay, so Stream Elements is back. The bot is running. Appreciate you, Stream Elements, once again, guys. Hopefully, people start to see we're coming back. We're coming back. Yeah, man. Salute Jeremy. Appreciate you. Salute Parish. What's good? Good to see you again. Yeah, that was a little wild. We're all right. We all right. We hanging in there. Give people a minute to kind of, come back if they can. If not, gonna have to end the show sooner than expected. But it is what it is. Uh, just a little confusion there. So let's just do this real quick. Mm. Oh, I don't have it set up. Okay, it is what it is. But anyway, so what I was trying to do is I was trying to give people an opportunity to jump on the show and be able to talk a little bit because I know D and I were the ones really controlling the show and talking about everything, but uh I don't know, because it got closed out, people probably just bounced and maybe they don't know to come back. So it is what it is. I'll wait a couple more minutes and see if people pop back in. Um, but what I wanted to talk about real quick is I wanted to talk about how people feel about um, now that we know training camp is right around the corner, the media issue with the Knicks and how they've handled talking to the public, and handling this whole uh I guess interview process with the fact that they're not as candid and allowed to have these individual interviews with different media outlets and stuff, and then they just put together this whole orchestrated media day and things of that nature. And I'm wondering how people feel about that, like, uh well, that's the thing. Oh, Parish, that's interesting because I actually haven't heard a lot about that. I see last couple things I saw about with regards to Julius was him working out, him looking in good shape. Then he got his jersey retired at his high school. Then I seen him sitting courtside at a New York Liberty game, but I haven't really seen. And don't get me wrong, I'm not scouring the newsroom, so I haven't seen a lot in regards to what's going on. Um, that's a very random thought. Quiet money. I don't know what to tell you. That stinks. um, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's happening. Are you at the gym? You in the streets? They're doing you dirty. Like, what's going on, brother? um, yeah. So as far as Julius's ankle injury, I don't know, and I hope that's not something that continues to be an issue for him. Julius Randle has been pretty healthy throughout his NBA career for the most part. Yeah. King Sipes was good. Salute to you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. He said he posted a couple workout videos. He looks okay. Yeah. I mean, it's something that they're gonna have to monitor. I mean, it is a concern, especially the way Tom Thibodeau uses these players. There could be a situation where, he goes into the season and with extra amounts of usage, you know what I mean? Like, the wear and tear on that ankle could get a little inflamed or whatever, swell up, and then it could be a problem. I hope that's not the case, but we'll see. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I hope hey Parrish, I hope that's not something that they're gonna really have to worry about. I hope he gets it under control. He's had a lot of time to rest and heal this off season. They haven't been doing a lot of those workouts where I mean they've just been doing individual workouts, but they haven't been doing a lot of those pickup basketball games. They haven't been doing those little, free tournament type things that they've been doing. So hopefully he's been able to take it easy and he's okay, good to go. We'll see. But yeah, so like I've been thinking about the media thing and how the Knicks are perceived throughout the media. There's a lot of media people been talking slick talk about the Knicks. They don't love this Dolan thing and how he's got the gag order on the team, and the employees, and they've been very vocal. And it's wild because I've been seeing a lot of different things on Twitter and stuff about just some of these media people talking about the Knicks and their success, and I kind of think they're a little biased now because they're upset that the media is not really allowed to speak to some of these players and to the staff, and they are taking kind of a negative approach towards the Knicks, like talking about how the Knicks haven't made a lot of strides. Expectations have not been matched. What expectations? The Knicks were in a rebuilding mode, right? We had youth and we were trying to develop them as well as acquire some different pieces that we could bring in to make the team better overall. I think they've done that. The Knicks haven't gone. They struck out with Donovan Mitchell because of the trade scenarios and the situation there, and it didn't come to fruition the way you would think, right? But have the Knicks really shown that they're going all in and made a controversial move, and then it didn't work out? No, they haven't. It's not like the Knicks went out there and threw all their chips into the Paul George sweepstakes and said, "Okay, we're ready to win now," and we didn't win. They haven't done it yet. I mean, so I don't know what the hell they mean by expectations haven't been met. Two out of the last three seasons, the Knicks were the fourth seed in the league. You had the most improved player. They made it to the playoffs. Then they had a down season. And then last season, they acquired Jalen Brunson. We made it to the playoffs. Julius Randle was an all-star, all NBA. We got out the first round, made it to the second round. So what expectations are we not meeting? We haven't been to a second round in 10 years. I don't know. Someone make it make sense. How did we not meet expectations? That's why sometimes people just be saying stuff to say stuff, man. I don't read into everything that people say. It doesn't make any sense. You're gonna tell me the Knicks? It's like the Knicks are disappointed in what they did when they haven't done it in 10 years. I don't understand it. They might be disappointed that they couldn't have capitalized on an opportunity with Milwaukee being knocked out and Miami making it all the way to where they made it to. That could have been the Knicks, yes. I don't think you could say it's a disappointing season. No one knew that was going to happen. No one knew you can preordain before the season started. Hey, Milwaukee's going to get knocked out in the first round. Like, come on, that's ridiculous. Um, Jeremy said the Knicks brass were foolish, not prioritizing obtaining a backup power forward with quality options available on the cheap. Poor roster construction, small soldiers rotation will cause regression. There could be some truth to that. Could be some truth to that. Yeah. I just think the Knicks put themselves in a position where they knew they had a target player and they were going to get that target player, but knowing that when they got that target player, they weren't going to have much else to work with after that. And so that was the Dante DiVincenzo thing. I think they wanted him. They knew they were going to get him. They're going to make it happen. But what did it take? Everything. Sorry, that's a Thanos line. Yeah, so Um, King Sipe says, "What do y'all think about Julius changing agency? Does it matter?" We kind of talked about it earlier in the show. Earlier in the other show before they got cut. Uh, we don't think it makes that big of a difference. I think it just shows two things. One, he's loyal to his former agent. He's following him to his new location because he did have a long history with him. And two, he's not giving the Knicks any discount or anybody any discount. When it's time for Julius to get paid, he's going to get paid. That's it. And then from the Knicks standpoint, it shows that the Knicks might have to make arrangements if they're not prepared to pay Julius because they know it's going to cost them a lot of money. And that was natural. That was going to happen anyway. It's something you got to think about. Seems just like you got to think about Quentin Grimes in 2 years. If they're going to want to pay him whatever he deserves at that point. Jalen Brunson, are they going to want to pay Jalen Brunson because he's going to get a bag too? There's just stuff that you kind of really have to think about and expect. And it's the same thing like what's happening with Emmanuel Quickly this year. How do we go about dealing with the Quickly situation? Do they decide to pay him, or do they let the season play out and then let the off season dictate what what his value is and what they're willing to pay? And I think they have some safeguards in place for that, but I hope a team can't just go there and inflate the Quickly money. Like, okay, we think he's worth this amount. Um, now the Knicks have to match to keep him. I think there's some provisions in place that if the team can't just offer some wild amount to force the Knicks to have to match and then not be on the hook for it just in case the Knicks don't match. Yeah, I think there's got to be something in place for that. Sherwin says we trade him. That may be the case. That may be the case. We might have to. Jeremy Nussbaum says the Knicks connection is destroying the team, failing to accumulate talent to consolidate to obtain a superstar talent without depleting the roster. Mm-hmm. You know how it is, Jeremy. Can't argue with that. uh, No, it's okay, man. One thing everybody knows that on our show, everybody has a voice. You guys are all welcome to speak. You can all have your moment. I respect all of you guys. And you just got to understand that you don't have to agree with everybody, but everybody should have a level of respect for each other because just like one person may not like what the other person is saying, and vice versa, I'm going to be on both sides and allow both of you and everyone to be able to be heard. You guys are all entitled to your opinion as long as you keep it respectful. I got no issue with what you guys say, and I'm always gonna, um, allow you guys to voice your opinion and get your stuff off. Uh, and 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 there's no need for timeouts or any of that stuff. Everybody just, respect each other's opinions and allow each other to speak. I mean, we're talking about the Knicks, and there's not even basketball. The NBA hasn't even started, guys. We don't even have something to be upset about yet. You know what I mean? Like you could be mad that um, they didn't do as much as you'd like them to have done in the off season. But outside of that, as Knick fans, we really don't have that much to be mad about yet. We got to see what the season is and how the players play, and let that do the speaking. Let that stuff dictate how we feel about this organization, this team, this roster, and the coach. Um, just got to give it some time, man. Just got to give it some time. Don't stress it too much, guys, and also don't let this stuff this stuff really weigh on you too much? It's a conversation. You're going back and forth. You have a difference of opinion. I've seen worse conversations. This is nothing. So, yeah, just everybody has their opinion, and they're entitled to it. Like I said, as long as everybody keeps it respectful, we good. Um. Uh. David Smith, what's good? Good to see you again. He said Nick's very political with CAA slash Brunson Villanova. Yeah, I mean, this is who they've been. This is who they've been, turning out to be. Um, it's been happening. It's not something that's been overnight. It's kind of been happening in front of us for a while now with the way they move and the associations and stuff, and just the signings that we do, signing coaches and stuff that might be able to bring certain players over here. Not taking anything away from the coaches because they can fulfill their roles. They're not horrible at what they do, but it's the relationships as usual. So, back to what I was saying. Do you guys feel a certain way about the Knicks media relations and how they deal with the media? Does it bother you that it's still happening? Did you think that at one point it was going to change and we would kind of be moving away from this gag order that the organization has on people within the organization? I actually thought that this wasn't going to stay like this forever. I thought it was a moment in time. There was a little too much controversy going on with Julius Randle and the thumbs down and all that stuff. So I thought it made sense. The people were saying a lot of negative stuff about the Knicks and the direction the team was going in. They hadn't shown a lot of success. But I just felt like Julius played a much better game last year. I think he was an outstanding teammate to his fellow teammates. I think he was much better with that. I think he controlled himself a lot better. He had his little moments, but I thought he was better. And I think the Knicks had some success. They made it to the second round of the playoffs. They haven't done that in 10 years. So I kind of thought that maybe the gag order was going to be lifted and the Knicks would be a little bit more vocal, right? And also with the little bit of the controversy that happened with Cam Reddish, with Evan Fournier making his comments and feeling how he has been treated. I just thought that, the Knicks would be a little bit more open with stuff. Not that Leon Rose would be open and say a lot because he doesn't say much at all. I just thought the rest of the team would be given that chance to be able to, uh, you know, basically be able to more forthcoming in how they deal with everything. Let me see something here. Let me see something because it doesn't make any sense. Where is it? Where is it? And bear with me, guys. I'm just checking something. Um, yeah, I don't see anything, guys. Just so you know, everybody is still free to say what they need to say. There's been nothing that has warranted anybody getting blocked or put in timeout or anything like that. Everybody should still be good. So like I said, just be civil and respect everybody. So everybody's good. So it's kind of it. I don't think it needs to continue to go there. Thank you once again, Parrish, for the super chat. But I don't think you have to worry about that. I think everything is okay. Uh, so let's just let bygones be bygones and continue to be able to have a nice civil conversation between everybody. All right. Uh, RD Barn, what's good? Salute to you. He said Randall changing agency is either A, his loyalty to his agent, or B, Randall is getting tired of Rose CAA politics within the organization. There could be some truth to that. I just think like it's one. I think him being loyal to his agent is part of it. And I just think that, he is not going to be taking any discounts from the Knicks anymore. He did it. It's time for him to get paid. So this is a perfect chance for him to move away from CAA and follow his agent, and puts him in a position where, look, I'm not taking the CAA discount, but my agent left. So let me follow him now. This is a great out for me so I can avoid that. I just think it makes sense that way. Now, if his agent was still with CAA and he left, then that's different. That's different. But I think he used a good opportunity to get out, and so therefore he doesn't have to worry about that extra CAA pressure when it's time for his contract to come up. And if he's hearing little rumblings that the Knicks really are looking to acquire another star, and he might have to be included in order to bring that star here, he's just positioning himself, because no matter where he goes, Julius is getting paid. You know what I mean? When his contract is up and he can opt out, he's getting paid. So he's still putting himself in a position to succeed, no matter where that is. Yeah, right. That's true too. He might feel like he wants out and can't negotiate being part of CAA because of the politics and everything. I get it. Um Jeremy says the Knicks are horrible bosses, are invisible enemies hiding in the shadows, making awful decisions, no accountability across the board. That may be true. That may be true. We got to see how this stuff plays out. And as it plays out, more will come out if there's something to be said. Nick Yak says it just sounds stupid trading one of two proven forwards on the team who was an all-star, all-pro, and only one of four players averaged 25, 10, and 5. Goes to the point, like Julius gets undervalued, and he's a bigger part of this team than people know. He might not be your prototypical star that you want leading you, but you'd be surprised at how much of a burden it is to move on when you don't have somebody giving you what he's been giving you as far as his play and his numbers. There's more we expect to see from him, but you definitely will miss if 25, 10, and 5 is not out there. Believe me, that's without question. A la wise, my guy. People feel entitled to your information, but if you have your own media outlet and they've been slandering you for years, why are you so concerned? Yeah, that's true too. And I think that's kind of the approach that Dolan has taken. Like, you know what? We don't need to go give access to the media. We can do our own media thing. We can put out just enough to appease fans, not quite what they want, but we can give them just enough. And that's true because they've been doing it. I just thought that at some point things would change. Um, so, but it is what it is. Dolan moves the way Dolan moves. David Smith says trading Randall to acquire a star makes the most sense. Maybe that's the case. Um, RD Barnes says we're assuming he's going to be re-signed here in New York. That's like 2 years out. That's the assumption, yeah. Randall, 29 years of age, coming off serious injury. Yeah, but an ankle injury. I mean, we've seen guys break legs and stuff. We've seen Achilles stuff, and guys have come back. In the grand scheme of things, this is not really that big of a deal. It's not like it's his back or something like that. I think Julius will be fine. He'll recover. Will he lose a step? I don't know, but I think he'll recover, and he'll be able to, because outside, I mean, listen, Julius's most improved numbers were pretty damn good, and last year those numbers were even better. So even if he went back to what he did in his most improved season, those are good numbers. So no, it's cool. It's cool, Parish. It's cool, quiet money. We all good. So you know what I mean? Let's just get back to our Nick talk. It is what it is. Um Juan B in the building. Respect my brother. Appreciate you. Nick Yak says team now makes playoffs, 47 wins second round, over 50 wins this year, 6 first round picks next 2 years. They're not in a bad position. They're not. It's just that our timeline may have sped up or to make a move because of the fact that people need to get paid money, so That's the only thing. Alawai said Dolan said the only thing he regrets was the Oakley incident. I should say so. I should say so. That was handled really poorly. And, not only did he handle it poorly, but I think he lost a good friend because say what you will, him and Oakley had a good relationship. That's why Oakley came to the games. That's why Oakley sat where he sat. And then he put out a lot of personal information about Oakley that he never should have shared, especially being someone who was dealing with his own demons. Like that was crazy. Yeah, Dolan dropped the ball on that one. He got in his feelings and he just didn't care about anybody else. It was kind of like a young, immature type move coming from a older man who is in a position of huge success. It was kind of wild. King Sipe says Julius is not highly regarded in the league because he plays selfish and he chokes in the clutch. Well, does he though? The chokes in the clutch thing, I don't want to say he chokes in the clutch all the time. He's had some moments where he stepped up. The playoffs, that's different. But don't forget that Miami game where Julius Randle hit the game winning shot with a couple seconds left and we won that game. He's had moments where he's been in a position to hit a really important shot and it was right off. So it's not like he's not there, not ready to take it. Sometimes it just doesn't fall the way you'd like it to fall. The selfish thing, I thought he was a lot better this past year at being, more of a team player. I mean, did average like 5 assists, so he's moving the ball, he's willing to pass. I thought he was doing a much better job of bigging up his teammates, picking them up off the ground, telling them where they need to be, acknowledging when when they make mistakes, and then also acknowledging when they do something good. I thought he did a much better job at that. So I kind of understand part of it. I don't necessarily agree with everything. I think he was better this year. He needs to continue to be that way, but I don't want him going backwards. You know what I mean? But I hear what you're saying. He does have moments where you would think he would be overall better. Rebuild NYK is in the building. Salute. What's good, my brother? He says Randall is not going anywhere. Probably not. Uh, David Smith says, "Could this be the beginning of more injuries for Randall as he's getting older?" That's true too. And when you get really hurt, uh, sometimes that's when things start to fall apart. We'll see. Y'all think the Knicks will be a part of a three? Shut up. Shout out to Juan B. He said, "Y'all think the Knicks will be a part of a three-team trade for any player still waiting to be moved before the season?" Mm, I don't know. I think they're always going to be mentioned. I think they're going to kick the tires on everything that's happening. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. And I also think the Knicks have a short list of players that they want too. So I don't think the Knicks are going to be just making a trade to bring a player in here unless that player is Donovan Mitchell, Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kyle Bridges. I don't think they're really looking to make that trade unless it's those type of players or some wild name that you don't expect to be on the market. You know, like Jason Tatum, for example. I know you guys like what Jason Tatum. Listen, Jason Tatum's going to be getting 300 million after this season from somebody. I don't know if Boston can do it, but somebody's going to be giving him that money. And Boston might say at some point throughout the season, hey, you know what? We paid Jalen. I don't know if we got the money. I don't know how successful we look. We might have to let Tatum go. We might have to trade him and build up the team again because they can get a lot for Jason Tatum. I'm not saying the Knicks have enough to give him, but just saying. Uh, Animal Lex in the building once again. Appreciate you. Oh, also he says I think the Randall has a 10% trade kicker if we trade him. That could be true. Um, listen, guys, Let's continue to talk about the Knicks and share our opinions, but we're not going to get anywhere if we don't move on. You just have to move on, and let's move on from the comments and the disagreements in the chat and just turn the page and start talking about other things. And if other things arise and there's differences of opinion, it is what it is. But let's don't stay in the past, man. Just on to the next subject. Um, and I appreciate everybody, and you guys know who you are. Thank you for always being supporters of Still Nick fans in the show. Know the ledge, but understand in the end, it's my show, John's show, Jose's show. We put it together. We want this platform to be here so that people can talk, and really that's the final say when it comes to if a guy should be banned or if a guy should be put in timeout and all that stuff. Like, all I need from my moderators is just to keep the show moving the right way, to big up the show at certain points if you can. And if there's any craziness, if there's some bots that come in here or any sexual innuendo or someone just talking super flagrant, I need y'all to help me with that. But as far as just regular conversation, if you disagree, you're still your own person, but just don't take any further action that doesn't make sense. Just you can have a disagreement and go back and forth, but it should stay there. Unless it gets too crazy, then just bring it to my attention and like, yo, Ron, this is wild. And I can make a move and I can say, okay, I can't have that. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But from there, let's just kind of move on, man. A lot of stuff in life that we got to deal with, man. There's a lot of stress, work, families. We got a lot of stuff to deal with. We don't need to let a Nick check put us out of sorts. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Shy Powers in the building. Salute to you, my guy. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Nick's Real Talk with my man Shy Powers and Divine. Please like, comment, subscribe, and support their show. As always. Almighty Finesse is in the building. Salute. What's good? I'm glad people are starting to kind of trickle their way back in here. If you weren't here, we had a show that went on for about 2 hours and 40 something minutes. D's World of Hoops was here. We did the joint show, but unfortunately, we tried something different. I gave him a little window of which he could kind of move around, and he's so used to doing his own show that when he left, he kind of ended the stream by accident, which is no big deal. It is what it is. We're back, but a lot of people thought the show was over, and so they haven't come back as of yet. But it is what it is, man. That was the first time us doing that. And so, we do it in the future to when we have to do maybe a joint show like that where we need to put a lot of information up there from both sides. But yeah, that's all that happened. And so we're rocking right now. I'm only going to rock for a little while longer because in totality, I've basically been rocking over 3 hours. So yeah, definitely show y'all support, guys. Smash that like button, man. I appreciate y'all. Oh my God. Come on, man. Like, guys, let it go. Let's move on already. Listen, come on, guys. Please. Let's just move on. I don't want to hear any more about it. Let's just move on, man. Yes, I get it. Guys, both of y'all, please just let it go. Stop. Okay. Come on. We adults here. Let's move on. Let's keep the show going. And that's it. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna end the show now because I think maybe we've been talking too long. People are out of sorts. There's other stuff you guys want to do, and I'm just gonna let it go. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been rocking over 3 hours. The first part of the show before it got cut was really good. And if you guys haven't seen it, guys like Jeremy, I know you came in late. We weren't part of the first part of the show. Almighty Finesse, you came at the very end. Guys, watch some of that show. I think it was really good. We had a good conversation, good talk. These World of Hoops were very informative as usual. So listen, it is what it is. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Shad, I'm sorry, brother. I know you just came in. If you haven't checked it out, man, watch the initial show. It should be up on YouTube. We had started there and we were rocking. I appreciate y'all, but I also think at some point when things get a little out of control, a little crazy, sometimes you got to take a step back and move away and just kind of cleanse the palate. You know what I mean? Like, guys, Quiet Money, I respect you. Paris Duggar, I respect you. And everybody else in the chat, I respect all you guys. Just let it go, man. It's one moment, it's one part of the show. You guys disagree, and let's move on. I don't want to talk about it again. I'm done. All right. So, yeah, if you guys haven't already, please continue to support all of our shows. As I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend. Still Nick fans will be back again, whether it be on Saturdays at 11:30. Today was 12, but I was working on stuff behind the scenes. D was coming up with some stuff for No to Ledge. So I appreciate you guys checking us out. Mondays for SKF Weekly with my guys John and Jose. And then Thursday nights for the NBA wrap up on Nothing But Knicks with my guy John as well. This time John couldn't make it, so Eru from Die Hard Knicks filled in. If you guys haven't checked the show out on Thursday, it was a really good one. It was a long show, but it was so informative. We had our special guest was Don Michael Jr., who is incredibly talented. Not only is he a producer, he makes beats from scratch. Very talented. He's also a very good hip hop artist. I mean, his lyrics are fire. He's dope. So please check that show out. That's the NBA wrap up on Nothing But Knicks. And if you guys have anybody that's interested in being on the show, that's an artist, a hip hop artist, or is a producer who makes beats, by all means, tell them to reach out. You can reach out to Still Nick Fans. You could, our email is stillnickfans@gmail.com or the NBA wrap up at gmail.com. Both of those work. And let me know. And we'll definitely figure out a way to kind of, get them on the show, see what we can do. I thank you guys as always for being here, being respectful of each other, enjoying our New York Knicks. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Shalom to my guy, Lion of Judah. What's going on, brother? I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, Juan B. I appreciate that, my brother. Definitely dope. I'm gonna end the show here, Lion of Judah, but you just came in. Please feel free to watch the original show. This is just the second part of the show after the show got cut. So definitely, we had a really good show with D's World of Hoops, almost 3 hours of show. So you'll definitely have something to watch if you want to see what we were talking about. Appreciate all you guys. Have a great rest of your night. Your Saturday, should I say? It's still daytime. I know the weather stinks, but on the East Coast. But make the best of it, man. Enjoy yourselves and watch some good movies or something. Whatever. I mean, today's a good movie day. Cuddle up, get some popcorn. If you got your significant other, do your thing. All right. Well, I'm out of here. Take it easy, y'all. Be blessed. Don't stress.